How's it going, Bemani Loungers? This is Henry, the captain of the Bemani Lounge team. I have for you today an updated deck profile for the September 2020 ban list. It is an updated version of my Dogmatika Rokket deck. This is a deck that I introduced on the I'm So Angry YouTube channel. If you guys want an original deck profile, you guys can hop on over to there to check out the original build. It's just a couple of cards that I changed since then that I thought were necessary, but other than that, it's really pretty much the same idea of setting up a dragon board and using Dogmatikas to follow up and have protection against board wipes like Dark Ruler and Forbidden Droplets. And yeah, I think that this deck is really cool, and it's like a great alternative to playing normal standard decks like Dogmatika Invoked. I think that this deck is really cool and fun to play, and it's dynamic. It could play going first, going second, and it could be good in different situations. So let's get into the deck. We play a bunch of dragons, obviously, because it's a dragon deck. So we play triple Cipher, and then for the Rockets, we go kind of heavy. We go with the 3 Tracer, the double Magna, the double Silver, and the 1 Rocket Recharger. I cut the metal. I didn't think it was as relevant as I thought it was, but I think that these are really good, and then having the extra Absa router to be able to send off Ravine is really chill, so you have access to your rockets a lot, and you never really run out. I ran out like once or twice, but in the end I think it's fine. And then for other dragon extenders, I play triple Knock Division. This one's really important because it lets you draw into your Dogmatika cards while you're comboing, so in fact, if I'm trying to dig into them, I'll summon this off of LP, just try to get that extra draw. So yeah, the card's really good. And then of course, Coal Serpent and Wiver Burster are very good extenders in their own right. Getting you into your dragon plays and being able to extend more is really cool. Also being chaos-based targets. And then of course, we still play the 1 Fallen of Albaz. Albaz is really cool in this deck. I think it's like one of those cards that it'll win you games that you shouldn't in the long run. I know its effect is kind of like weird for a dragon deck, like it lets you contact fuse with your opponent's monsters, but it's also like a bridge from the dragons to the Dogmatika, so it makes it works backwards and forwards. So if you summon Albaz off of spheres, and you can make a Titan Clad on your opponent's turn rather, and then if that goes to grave, you can search your Ecclesia. So it doesn't happen a lot of the times, but it is a possible bridge over from one engine to the other. And just as I said, how it's a dragon card working into Dogmatikas, it could also work the other way, where you're searching it off from the Dear Servant, and then in your turn 3, you're contact fusing, and you're using it into a Striker Dragon, or you're going into your Furious Dragon, or you're going into a Titan Clad. So it can work in a lot of different ways. It's another interruption if your opponent's playing, if your opponent has a monster that's 25 or higher, or if they're playing a dragon deck, it could be another interruption as you contact fusing with your opponent's monster. So it's definitely like a controversial card, I guess I would say, in my list. I keep on going back and forth whether or not to side it or main it or play it at all, but I think it's really good. I think having a searchable dragon off a Dear Servant is very good. So that is it for the dragons. And then we play Dogmatika, so we play only still double Ecclesia. I think it's the perfect ratio with 1 Florideli. Florideli is, it's another extender at worst, and at best it's a hand trap. So it's another good interruption that's not on board for your opponent's turn, so that's really good. And then for hand traps, I think we're sticking with 3 Ash. I think Ash is probably the best one for the events locals I'm playing at, but I think permanents might be better if I was playing at like a regionals, just because of the fact that it probably stops the adjusted combo decks better. It probably stops Infernobles better, but Ash Blossom overall is a good card to play if you're playing on the local scene. So I play Ash for that. And then for spells, triple Quick Launch, triple Nadir Servant. Oh, this is off the camera. Triple Quick Launch, triple Nadir Servant, double Chaos Space, and then I'm playing 2 War Legacy Guard Dragon. I think that this deck is like really, like, it depends on how many dragons you open, I guess. And Guard Dragon lets you open 1 less dragon, so that's really good. And then Boot Sector Launch is another extender that you also search throughout your combo. 1 Dragon Ravine, another way to search your rockets as well as Foolish, just like the same thing as Ravine. And then 1 Upstart to make your deck 39 cards. And then we play the 1 Trap with Dogmatika Punishment. Punishment is just another interruption that's searchable for Ecclesia, so pretty good card. So that's it for the main deck. It's 40 cards with Upstart, so it's like 39 And then for the extra deck, we play Titanclad, play Furious, and Ents. So these two, or all three of them, are near servant targets. Titanclad is obviously to get you farther into your Dogmatika engine, so it lets you search that extra interruption, which is key. And it's obviously going second, popping a card. You're probably going to send these two most of the time, but I find myself off punishment sending the Furious Dragon. It makes it so that even though you're locked out of the extra deck, you can summon links from your graveyard as long as you have Furious Dragon in the grave. So even if Abomination gets destroyed, because that's pretty much your win con past turn 2, it lets you bring it back. So even though its effect is negated that turn, getting into like turn 4, turn 5, if you ever get into a position where you are in a grind game, Furious Dragon can sometimes randomly win you the game. So it's really good. It's also a target for Fallen of Albaz to contact Fuse with their Red Eyes Dragoon and outing it and summoning a Furious Dragon, which pops 2 cards. So it's just a very crucial card if you want to turn your grind game a little higher. So those are your 3 fusions, and then only synchros. I play Savage, and then we play triple Striker Dragon. We're playing a lot of Rockets, so I think triple Striker is justified. And then we play the 1 Alpi, 1 Pisty. Glad these still are illegal. And then for Link 2s, we play Seal, Quad Boral, the Lingerus, Romulus, which is really all you need to combo. And then for Link 4s, we play Boral Sword and Unchained Abomination. So that's it for the extra deck, and I'll even show you my side deck that I made for locals. I think that this card is really good. Triple no material. I think that the best combo decks that are around are probably still Rocks. I think Rocks are still probably good, and Rockets as well. And then you have Infernobles. So Infernobles, it stops Infernobles before they even get going. So I think that's really important. Then I think a lot of the other decks that aren't really like all gas no brakes, I think they're all pretty much beatable just by one single kaiju. And I chose Radiant because it's a dark, so if you draw it with Chaos Space, you can search Overburster, and then you have a Dark Engrave. So yeah, I think that these are the best like 6 cards to combat like 65% of the meta, and then you just like side in other cards depending on what you need. So I play 1 Iron Dragon Tiamaton. This is a searchable floodgate throughout my combo that I could search through Seifert. So if I already have like my full dragon combo, I can summon Seifert off of the LP and search Tiamaton, and Tiamaton is basically a floodgate that says your opponent can't link summon, and it's also destroys cards in the same column. So it could also be a Chaos Space target, and it could also be just a level 4 Dragon Extender. So I think Tiamaton's perfect. And then triple Lightning Storm for the back row decks, and I was gonna play a Duster, but I was back and forth on it. So I might play a 4th Storm in the form of Heavy Storm Duster, or Harpy Feathers Duster rather. For going first, we side in Maximus and Schism, and then we side in the 2 extra deck cards still with Apocalone and Winda. I think that this is still good because of the fact that it gives you another layer of interruption without having to worry about Dark Ruler, because if your opponent has Dark Ruler, they're gonna use it right away, and you can wait to use Schism. So even if they Dark Ruler you can still Schism and summon a Winda. So this is really good, especially like against Rocks going first. They'll like reveal an Analyzer to special summon it, and then you'll chain Schism to summon the Winda, and now they are completely locked into special summoning. So it's like Vanities. And Maximus is really good against them too. So Maximus can send the Furious Dragon to make sure you have a follow-up for turn 3, and it just becomes like a bomb at that point because you have like so much advantage. So last one is Impermanence. I play it Impermanence. I feel like if the 3 Gnome and the 3 Ash aren't enough, I think adding the extra Impermanence is good. But if I were to play at an event, I would probably do it the opposite way, where I would main 3 Impermanence and then like side like 1 Ash just to have another layer of protection. But yeah, that's really it. And I think the deck is really cool, as we are putting up the test hand video up pretty soon. It's with my old build, but it's still like the same concept, so I think you guys should enjoy it. But for more, subscribe to Bemani Lounge, and stay tuned for more updated deck profiles for the new format, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.